All right. So let's continue with our Apex REST development for the IQR service app we are building. So on this video, we are going to focus on editing existing records. So to recap, if I go back to our previous code, so we can grab an existing IQR record by passing the IQR parameters here on our PHP script. So for example, if I want to grab this one, right, my dog, and I can pass it here and enter, it should pick up the record for this dog tag. And then we also have an action to add a new one, that would be question mark action new, and then we can add a new one. For example, what do you want? Laptop tag chat. Hey, you found my laptop. Please call me. I need it. Okay, so I'm gonna create a new one. This will create a new one on here. So if I refresh this guy, we have a new one, right, on Salesforce. And this is outside of Salesforce, right? This is on a web page. So now we want to edit records. So we can add, we can view, and we can edit now. The viewing is the important one. That's when somebody scan the QR code, it will display the page that we want, or the owner of the tag wants to be displayed, like so, and they can customize it. Now we want to modify it. So to modify it, it will look like edit record. We can pass edit record parameter, edit record. Is that right? Edit record equals, which one do you want to edit? For example, let's edit the my dog. I'm going to copy the record ID there. So oops, edit record like that. So it's going to pick up my dog. I'm going to change from call forward. Let's do a contact form. Please fill the form below and I will contact you to get my dog tag, for example. Update IQR. This would update the dog tag here. And if I refresh on here, my dog here, this should be changed. My dog tag, please fill, see, it's updating. So how does that work? It's pretty simple. So let's go through the code. Just a little bit modification and one important line that I want to point out to you. So basically, I would want to get the record from this line. So the record that we passed, the edit record, put it on that variable, this edit record, right? Edit record. So this is being parsed by this line of code. So now we have the record ID that we are going to edit. Okay, so if I scroll here, everything else is the same, but this part here, this is the extremely important addition. If we want to edit the record, the request would be a put. Okay, we would want to change to a put method. So and then we put the record ID here. Okay, so the endpoint would be this services Apex REST, and then the IQR, which is, let me bring up my developer console, the mapping over here. Then for the put method, we were doing a patch method before, but I changed it to put because it's way simpler than patch. So this is our code, right? So basically we're passing the same parameters like creating on the previous video, but we add one ID string and we do an upsert. So if the ID is passed, upsert the record. Basically that's pretty much it, and we are doing that from this chunk of code here. If the edit record is passed, add the ID parameter on the JSON. So the ID is edit record, okay, and that will go to our ID here, thus, and then we are upserting the ID that is passed from there. Pretty straightforward, right? So that's the only key that's important for this particular function. Other than that, it's just basic PHP form parsing. So what I have added is, let's see here. Here, if there is edit record is passed into the script, I want to add this input, okay? Input edit record, so it's being passed, the value is the record itself, so it's being passed back to this script, and the button changed to update IQR instead of create IQR. This is this button here. This button, if it has a record ID passed, it says update IQR, right? If I just change that, even if I do this, it will change to nothing. I have to action equals new, then it's going to say create IQR. So that line of code is doing that. What else? This is to pre-select the buttons or the, if I change this back to edit, so as you can see, this button is contact form, right? So if I change this to the, let's pick another record, this guy. So this is garage door is a delivery tracker, right? Delivery tracker response type. So if I change this to that, it changed to delivery tracker, and that's what this code is doing. If the response type is chat, RT chat is selected, which is this guy is RT chat, is just adding the selected word into this option. You get the logic? If it's buttons, response type is buttons, RT buttons would be equal to selected, add that onto here, right? So the response type is we are getting from the Salesforce here. Okay, so we get the response type there after we are parsing the JSON through JSON decode. So that's basically it, and we change the value here, and that's it. That's pretty simple. So that's it for today. Tomorrow we are going to list and delete, or maybe delete, it's so easy, maybe list and delete. So what I want to do tomorrow on the next video is to list all available IQR for the particular account that is being managed, and we can create an edit link just like this one in Salesforce. Edit and delete, right? Edit and delete. And if I have some extra time tomorrow, I'm not sure if I'm going to be busy at work. If I have some extra time, I can add a SLDS integration for the styling, because this is pretty ugly, right? Either we can use LWC maybe. LWC library. So we can play around, or maybe, I don't know, we'll see. I don't want to spend too much time here. Wait, what is it? I'm a bit sleepy at the moment. Come on! Components. Which one did I click just now? Is this one or this one? Yeah, this is what I'm looking for. So this is lightning component, right? We can also apply this styling on a web page so that our web page here will look nice and cool like this using the LWC component. Okay, but I'll think about it if I want to use this, or maybe Ionic. I like to use Ionic as well, or even Bootstrap. Ionic is good for, because if we want to make this as a mobile app, we can, or we can even use mobile SDK from Salesforce mobile SDK. But I don't want to make our app to be complex, because I want to integrate this with WooCommerce and WordPress as well. So I don't have, or we don't have to create a whole user management and e-commerce platform for people to buy our QR labels in the end. We want to manage payment transactions through PayPal, credit cards, and everything. And label printing, I don't want to make all of those from scratch. I want to utilize what's been made and been used by millions of people and tap onto that platform instead of building everything from scratch. So maybe I'm not going to use LWC, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm not sure yet. I don't even have a plan for that. But let's finish this raw functionality. We can, we can think about the styling later on when all the functionality is good, and then we can think about the styling and making it look nice, mobile friendly, and looking high quality, not a cheesy form like this. Alright, I'll see you tomorrow on the next video. Bada bing, bada boom. Hit that subscribe button and explore new trailhead grounds and learn to implement the most useful and popular apps on the Salesforce App Exchange. And do yourself a favor, like this video, and you'll be surprised on how much more you understand when watching this same video after liking it. Don't take my word. Watch this one more time after you like the video and see it for yourself. Bada bing, bada boom.